guys, welcome to our second podcast here at PS1 officially. And today our podcast is going to be about interviewing these people, which we're going to bring in and talk about. Desire, so what are you doing today? What are we...
We're gonna be interviewing two main characters from the Newsies Junior, Roger and Frankie. So
All right, so this is Roger, and that is Frankie over there.
Yes.
So who's going to talk about their character first in the show?
I will.
Okay, go, Roger.
So, my character is named Crutchy.
Yeah.
He's Jack Kelly's optimistic best friend, who's known as Casey, but most known as Crutchy, since he has a crutch. He's also has polio, which means like it's like a disease. Yeah, a disease
Yeah.
back then. We don't have it as much now, but it was a disease back then. He had it, so now his legs weaken. He needs like a made crutch for him to be able to
Yeah.
walk. So he's a newsie. He sells newspapers out on the streets. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, he does it to get money. Frankie, what about your character?
Okay, so about my character, my character is Jack Kelly. And Jack Kelly is a characteristic boy that is an orphan that works also for the Newsies, and he sells newspapers so that he could basically live at the orphanage and so
Like,
that
just
he could
grow.
live.
Yeah.
To get more money to get off the street.
And while this is like happening for him, he also goes through sorts of events while trying to sell newspapers. And the base set of setting is basically like old time, basically.
Yeah,
time.
like just like he goes through different challenges in life. He has to get through those challenges to get big during like him selling newspapers. So that was like two things about their characters and what they think about their characters themselves. So I'm gonna ask one of you, how do you feel when you act out your character on stage? Like, who wants to go first? How do you feel? Or is it like kind of difficult or something?
Yeah, Roger.
I mean, it could be difficult sometimes because I have to like walk like I have a crutch.
Like a limp?
Since he has polio in his leg, so he can't really walk that well.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel like kind of special in a way acting him out, since he's like kind of like another me.
Like different, like you going through a different body, like feeling
Yeah.
something different. So Frankie, how do you feel?
For me, I've had second-hand experience because for the last year, I did Frozen, and that one was pretty tough. And I feel like this one's two times tough because this one, it's more of like how you really, it's like retaliate. It's like, think it as this. Like you're acting in front of almost like
Everybody.
20 people.
Yeah, like the whole school.
Not even 20 people.
the
like
whole school.
like
At least-
over 100 people.
Yeah,
like you're
I'll say at
just
least
performing in
200.
front of.
And
200 plus.
and here's like a tip that I realized that actually works though. During it, it's like there's two things. You could bring shades. If you're ever like doing an instrumental one, like
yeah.
you need shades, cuz if you're actually have stage fright, you put on shades, you see nothing but the drums. And so like if you're playing the drums, you see nothing but the drums in front of you. And that's the same like acting, except acting you don't have glasses on. You think you act like there's one person in front of you. You think about the person you love, best friend.
Oh yeah, like the
anything.
people's not in front of you. You just act like you don't see nothing. It's just your time to shine.
Yes.
So I now get what Frankie's trying to say. He's trying to compare stage fright and performing in front of over 100 people together, and it's really coming together to know if you really want to understand it. So
I say I like what he said.
Like how he compared.
Yeah. Because I understand. Some people do have stage fright, but they also want to act. So, yeah, I think that's a good reason.
I actually do have stage fright, but I don't actually. I do have stage fright till this day. It's just since I'm so used to doing it in this auditorium, I pretty much forget it.
Like
So it's
you're
like-
used
yeah,
to it. So
so
it's like
It's not as bad.
Because
anymore.
it
it's not
doesn't
as
feel like
bad.
because
So-
it doesn't feel like 100 people are watching.
Hold on, Frankie. So what you're saying is if you're used to something, you don't get that much stage fright. But when
you're not used to
Yeah.
something, you
you
have all
still
of that
the
stage fright built
coming-
up in you.
Yeah. So I can get that because if you're like not used to something, I can get it. Like I understand that. So I agree.
So I really liked how both of you explained your characters and how you felt between the character and you. Like it was two different people, and you felt that relationship coming through each other. Also, how do you guys communicate with the other cast members? Like, let's say if you're like singing on stage, which you guys do, like you're singing on stage and the other cast members are making noise like behind stage and stuff. How do you guys deal with that?
It's sort of hard.
I would just glare at them, and they would get like the sign to just stop.
Like
It's-
just stop.
I give them like a kind of glare, or at least like so that
So they could just be quiet.
Yeah,
like-
because I could swear, and if they do that on the day of the show, it could look bad.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
The day of
they
the
have
show,
to know. They have to know to be
the
quiet
day of the show is
anyways.
tomorrow.
Really?
And plus, they have to be quiet because the right side of the auditorium,
We'll hear
Miss Feldman,
everything.
Miss Feldman is gonna be on that right side.
They
so
need
they're
to be
gonna have
quiet.
to be quiet.
Excuse me, wait. So everybody's gonna be on one side, or is it gonna be like
No, it's
different?
gonna be
So
split.
we're going to
Okay.
the left side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right side.
So I understand what they're saying when it's like very noisy backstage because all the kids are like, be quiet, shh, 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 don't say nothing, shh, be quiet, don't say nothing, guys, we're
That
gonna get in
does
trouble,
happen.
shh.
And then some kids don't even listen. They start to talk. Like that could cause a bad scene for the show. So I would say that
It
does
could like
not look good,
that
very
one
good.
thing, that one thing that could happen. That one thing that we just talked about, it could happen, and everybody gonna think that we weren't taught right, that we were something different than what we were told.
Yes, and that could look very bad because if they can hear you from the backstage, that's not good. That's
And
not. That means
it
you're
can-
very loud.
That
Yeah.
means that you're really not professional and you're not actually caring for the show.
Yeah, so it could also cause you to having a strike. A strike is like, say you like get in trouble, and there's 3 total strikes that you can get. Your third strike, like you're off, like you're off everything. You don't have a
But I feel
character. You
like-
don't have nothing. But
But I feel like I don't think that's really necessary because on shows like as young performances they're gonna talk because they're young, they're just kids, so I understand. So yeah,
so we're gonna wrap this up. So we'll see you guys next podcast. So see you guys later. Bye.